What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night. I saw Jetman's comment about 10 seconds ago saying the show starts around 9:05-ish. Actually, the show starts when we get 14 likes. That's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that 14th like, and then I was like, you know what? Now we can go live. So how is everybody doing? Happy Thursday night. Welcome to Pop Force 1. Whether you are a returning viewer or a brand new viewer for the first time, welcome on in. We'll have our two very special guests joining us in just a moment. Oh, there we go. Draco is new. What's going on? Welcome in. Jeremy is here. Sheila's in the building. What's going on? Gerald, love to see all those emojis and everything. Down Under's in the house. I think he was part of tonight's early squad. Appreciate him. Pipsqueak is here. Monster Pete is in the building. What's going on, Dave? Guys, if you happen to be a channel member of us, of Slapshot Pops, remember you get that one free super chat every single month, highlighting how long you've been a channel member. And if you want to sign up to become a channel member and support the channel, you can hit that join button down below. $2.99 a month. It's really appreciative, and we truly appreciate the support. Magma's here. What's going on, Susan? We were talking earlier about some Star Wars stuff. I absolutely love that. But Return of the Stash, yeah, it might be happening just because I love my wife. But guys, without further ado, let's bring in the other two people you came here to see. Please help me welcome in Professor Josh and the Poppin' Duo. What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? I was looking for the other guy you were looking to see. I heard too. I mean, I knew Josh was here. I thought somebody else was going to pop on for a second.
No. There we go. Dr. John. Oh, you're still in Hawaii?
Hawaii?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh.
Dude, he's living the life out there. Wow.
Good for you, John.
17 months. Well, thank you so much for the support. And just like I said the other night during our stream, get the heck out of here and go enjoy Hawaii. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Dan, thank you so much. Yeah, today's video was pretty wild. It was a lot of fun. We've been channeling our inner Vincent Bree, and it's been going pretty well so far here in 2024.
Well, good. You took it from us. Good job. I'm happy.
It's gonna end. It's gonna end abruptly.
It does. It goes in waves, and then it stops for a long time.
Yeah. But it doesn't end this weekend, at least. Saturday's video. Once again, I don't know how we did it. It just gets crazier and crazier. What's up, Sirbass? He's been a member now for 18 months. Go Yellow Team. Oh, and then not to be outdone, Cross Save jumping in. He's been a member for 2 months now, repping the red team. I love that. Sam says, my stash starts tomorrow, first day of deployment. Oh, man. Well, Sam, wherever you're going in the world, please be safe. And thank you for your service, of course.
Yes.
We'll be virtual stash bros, I guess. So I'm bringing the mustache back for Joanna. Yeah, we're riding the streak, 100%, Wayne. So, well, this week was, I'd say, an interesting week in the community. I feel like nothing too big, but we did have some things pop up for pre-order, such like that. I know everybody's excited about the Kermit 2-pack that went up today, and it went up for a deal, 30% off, which was pretty good.
Kind of weird, like pre-order 30% off.
I don't think so. I think they're doing that on purpose. I think they're trying to entice people like, hey, you buy it now, you'll get it for a better deal. If you wait, you'll get it for, regular price.
I wonder what, in Hot Topic. So I wonder what kind of pre-order this is. Is it like a pre-order? I thought that they were starting to, is it a pre-order that's going to ship pretty quickly?
I would hope so. I mean,
had a date on
I would hope so too.
What was the date? Anyone remember the date?
I'd have to look it up.
I'll look it up.
Oh, Steven said, I opened my first soda in like 2 months, 2 days ago. Yeah, I think we've all been ripping. I don't know which soda you've been you ripped, but I think we've all been ripping Tails. And I feel like it's the first new soda that we've had in so long.
No, we got mid-February. Mid-February.
What did you say, Vince?
Mid-February, somewhere in there.
Oh, mid-February for Kermit?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's good. That's the right amount of pre-order, a month.
That's not bad because when you think about it, it's only like 3 weeks away, believe it or not. Like January's over in like a week, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, that's good. And I said, is it bad that I'm waiting for Tails to go on sale?
Is that
bad?
That's pretty pitiful. Honestly, I'm gonna
I mean,
call you out on
right?
that because it's already it's already a great deal. It's $14 on GameStop.
Yeah, it's exclusive for $14. That's $4 off right there. $4.
I mean, I would pay
What,
$20
I'm being
for Tails.
greedy? Is that what you're trying to say right now?
I
I'm trying
think
to be
you're.
greedy?
I don't know like what more of a sale you expect because a lot of people are buying this soda. This
$10.99.
one, I don't think it's gonna be around forever if you're
There's
waiting
not
for
a lot of
sale.
competition for new sodas right now, Vince. So,
Yeah, look
people
what-
that want sodas, they don't have to
Look what Jesse just said. Hey, he's not wrong. Tails was the most talked about, bought, and traded soda this week. He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe that.
We pre-ordered 6. They don't come in a case when you order 6, by the way.
No, they just throw them all in the bucket or in the box.
Which is fine because I've had times where we've gotten 3 chases. So you'll find out coming up what we pull.
But isn't it more
yeah.
exciting that way?
Yeah, I like it that way. I think, but it also could really suck if you don't get one and you bought 6. But I think I just ordered 6 and pre-ordered 6 a while back just to pre-order.
Yeah.
So Tails, there was what 14,000, correct? Am I correct? 14,500.
Yeah,
14.
GameStop
Weird
exclusive.
number. Really weird.
Guys, do we think? Why do I feel like these are going to be available till the summer?
You think it's going to be what one?
Be realistic. What do you guys think it'll be? GameStop exclusive. I think that GameStop has had some cool exclusives. At the height of their soda, Tails is a fantastic character, and I think it's an amazing soda. So I agree with you. But how long do you think it'll be there for? 14,000 pieces.
I think. All right. Realistically, I think it'll be
realistically
to April. Realistically,
April.
It depends on how many they send to store. Look across. They've said his store had 5. So they actually, if they start sending them out to a bunch of the stores, I think that'll help too.
Yeah,
it's a good point.
Well, I mean, to put a dent in it, I think we bought like 40 of them. So, like,
are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my gosh, John.
Dude, it's a hot soda, and the chase is gorgeous. Like, it's insane.
No, I agree with you. And think about Sonic. Sonic has absolutely disappeared.
That's what I'm saying. And Sonic was 12.5. It wasn't like Sonic was like 5,000 pieces or anything.
No, it's a good point.
But I think Tails is the perfect soda for right now because it's a character that complements another big character like Sonic you just mentioned. It's got a beautiful chase. And on top of that, there's not a lot of sodas right now. If it was like a dud character in the middle of this like soda drought, then 100%. I would say this thing at 14,500 pieces is going to be available throughout the summer. But because it's a semi-popular character and a pretty good franchise that is getting a 3rd movie pretty soon, I think April, May at the latest.
I hate their shipping. $10.99 to ship 3 sodas.
That's why I always order enough of stuff to get
you got to order. Yeah,
that's probably why I ordered 6.
That's why I bought 40. I bought 4 orders of 10 free shipping. And 5 of them
about 40.
Well, 5 of them were free because I had GameStop points.
Now, if you pre-ordered in store, did they let you pre-order these in store? Did anyone in the community do that? If you guys are in the chat, did anyone try to pre-order these in store to get shipped to the store? I've done that before in the past with sodas. They kind of stopped it for a while. So
they won't. I can't do that. I'm looking right now, man. I am tempted. I really do want to open some of these.
I get it, Vince. I completely get your stance when you want to wait on like a 3-liter on for a sale or a cooler for a sale. But if you're holding out on a single soda, now you're just being cheap.
Yeah, right.
Coming from the guy,
it's so weird.
I heard you. I heard you during your auction. I saw the quick pan over during your auction the other night. The stack of 3 liters. So come on, buy a couple tail sodas. Live a little.
God, this $10.99. Isn't this crazy? I buy at least $300 of mystery boxes a week, at least.
Right. I know.
And I can't, like, for me though, there's like certain things. This $10.99 shipping like hurts my soul. Why
get
am I
some
so
other
weird
stuff,
like that?
Vince. What
No,
else do you need? There's a
you
lot
got-
on sale.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
I gotta. Let's see. What
oh my
else do
God.
we have?
GameStop, dude, you could get another Captain Rex 2-pack, which mine hasn't come in yet for the
Oh,
person.
actually, you know what? I did not
Dude,
pre-order
there's so many
that.
good Star Wars pops at GameStop right now that you could pick up. And
What is it? $24.99 hoodies right now.
What is it?
$24.99
$60 or $65 for?
I kind of want this. I kind of want this Captain Rex helmet.
Yeah, just
Would you
leave the
guys
stream.
do a show with me still if I wear a helmet on?
Just go shop. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Knuckles
Okay,
or
I'm adding the 2-pack. I'm gonna figure something else out.
Thank
let's
you.
keep going. I'll figure
you.
this out.
Figure your life out. Jesse, I 1000% agree. And if I was Funko and I wanted to make money, without a doubt, I would have Knuckles and Shadow in the works right now. I would make Shadow an SDCC exclusive. I would make Knuckles like another cool drop or something. Like, there's no reason why those two should not be in the works right now.
I mean, Vince, here's one thing you should add. I'll share it to John. This is one thing everyone should add at least to help them get towards free shipping. I don't know why you wouldn't.
And I know there was some more people who jumped in. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. Teresa has been a proud channel member for 21 months. That is absolutely amazing. I also saw Linda here. I'm so happy to see that. Hopefully she's feeling better. Gary is here. He just picked up the Balin Skull and the Shin Hati and Morgan Elsbeth the other day. That's amazing, Gary.
Good pickups.
Yeah, all great pickups.
How could you not pick this up for $4, Vince?
Honestly, that's a thin $4. Like, that's
$4
crazy.
For this.
Very easily, my wife would literally take that Jabba and do something to me with it. Probably smack me right across the face with it.
It's a deluxe pop too. Like, people didn't want this pop that bad that they have to
$35. Now it's $4.
See, and that's what makes, man, I'm very jaded. I can't believe how jaded I got. Like, even Rex, like, I want that so bad, and I've become super patient. Like $26 because it's on sale. Yeah, because I'm the pro whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot for a 2-pack. No,
2-packs are usually $30.
I know, but I don't buy
25,
2-packs for $30 anymore. God,
I mean, think you're getting 2 pops. Getting 2 pops for that.
You know what?
You're not shopping at Five Below right now.
I know. I gotta stop being a cheapo. I'm not gonna do it. I'm doing this.
But then you're, like you said, you're buying all these mystery boxes left and right. There's no free shipping on those mystery boxes.
John, I'm an idiot. I'm admitting this right now. I'm doing it. It's happening. I don't even care. I'm buying 4 tail sodas and a 2-pack Captain Rex.
What's the Captain Rex helmet you're talking about? Black Series? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How much is that? It's probably like $80.
$130. And I would buy it. I just don't know where I put that either. I just don't have.
Mike Hero skateboard for $15. It was $80, by the way, right now.
Yeah, they still have those deluxe pops, right? The Red Saber series. Yeah.
Yeah, those are $648.
The Mando boxes are good. There's great pops in the Mando boxes.
Yeah.
Teresa, right? I'm waiting for like coupons. I'm waiting for my like coupon book.
Yeah, I don't know what Vince is doing tonight. Dude, that 2-pack right there of Supersonic Shadow is amazing as well.
That is amazing. Okay, right here on the screen right now is exactly what ruined me. Like, I got that Unicron for $11, and I thought I got a highway robbery, $9 for a 10-inch pop. This is a great, honestly, this is actually a great lesson in collecting and how we've gotten to this point. Because if a Captain Rex 2-pack came out 2 years ago, do you know what I mean? Nobody would have. I would have had it pre-ordered the second that it dropped. But now this stuff sticks around so long that.
Do you also think it's like subconsciously like
it is?
No, but like you're running out of space physically. So it kind of like crams your head mentally than when you're buying stuff. Because I mean, realistically, like how much more space do you have left in your house?
Zero. A negative. Zero. I'm actually negative. I'm overbooked right now for everything. Right. And it's honestly, it's a good point though.
But I'm saying, like, subconsciously, because you know you have no space left, are you like, oh, I got to be really, really selective on what I'm picking up, and as a result, you're only picking up stuff that you really want when it's
See, I
on a
think
deal.
that's what's kind of happened with the Funko collecting in general. Like people that really got into this like hard in 2020, like they're out of room by 2023. So now people are selective. You got the economy, you got all these things that are like working negatively because they still release some great stuff. They really do. I mean, it's not all great. There's definitely stuff that I know for a fact that like I'll never pick up. But man, there's some stuff that has been that Kermit 2-pack is great. The Rex 2-pack is great. You know, I even like that Jar Jar with the Grievous. If we didn't already have
We
2
did not need.
Grievuses and 3 Jar Jars,
Yeah, that's the thing. We did not need another Jar Jar. We did
no,
not
we did
need another
not.
Grievous. Like, no.
We didn't. And but you know what I mean? If they didn't already, like, it's an amazing 2-pack, but you're right. Like if you already had, like, I got 2 of each of those at this point. Do I need a third? No.
Yeah.
So weird stuff like, so I finally started watching maybe only a month or two ago, Letterkenny. I'm on like season 10, I think, or something like that now. But that's a weird, like, you don't see much from them, and it's going to be oversuit. I wonder if these will be kind of like, people will be looking for them weirdly. It'll be that random weird one they don't make a lot of. I mean, Big Mouth, you saw that, like they have making seasons of it, and no one really knew about what's going on. So I'm curious about, like, sometimes things that go on clearance, people get surprised when they go way up in value later on. They clear them out, then they're all gone. They're on the market, right? And then it's whatever someone wants to sell them for.
Well, and another good point is what Holly said. Sometimes waiting for a sale backfires, and it backfired on her with the Slytherin art cover and the god Loki. So if you wait, you're gambling, you're risking it. And I'll tell you another thing that's on screen that I absolutely love, and I paid full price for it when it came out. The Jet Trooper, the Imperial Rocket Trooper right here. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Like, and $7, $6, like that's crazy. That's a perfect pop you add to your cart to get free shipping. Like, and that thing is awesome. Even the Gang Orca right here for $3. Yeah, if you're an anime fan.
It's terrible though that they made these, like, I don't know, My Hero baseball looking ones. I don't know. They were.
Yeah, you got Fat Gum and I
don't know why they made those.
Yeah, the Rocket Trooper is a great one.
Yeah.
Out of all my Star Wars pops, I'm pretty sure I'm displaying that one. Like he made or she made the 50 or so Star Wars pops I can display.
The one thing I'll say about GameStop that I always find weird is, like, if regular pops, or it's the other way around. That's an amazing 2-pack.
God, this is a great 2-pack too.
Darth Maul versus pre-Vizsla. I can't wait till that comes in. I understand them clearancing out or them discounting the larger items because larger items take up more space. But I never really understand it with the regular pops. Like if I was them, I would just let the regular pops are the most popular size.
You know what the problem is though, John? Like, look at Serpentor here. This was a con exclusive from 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
that's also to be a clear indication. Yeah, that should be a clear indication to Funko that they're making way too many.
Yeah, right.
Like, I think if Funko really wanted to shake things up, and once again, I don't think anybody watching the stream would agree with me. I think to get Funko also, like, the hype train going again, no shared exclusives for like 2 years. Just do con only, in person, con only. Just to shake things up. Just to make everybody go wild for like 2 years. Like, oh,
John, I absolutely hate that.
Who's going to the con? Who's got tickets?
John, I hate that idea because I think they'll sell out of the tickets regardless.
No,
and
it's not.
It would just make people like us angry.
It's not for the con. No, it's not for the con hype. It's for the Funko hype that you can't go to your local Hot Topic and get the shared sticker. Like, there's no shared sticker. There's just con only. It's con sticker.
You don't think that's going to drive people, like, you know how they say they're going to sell their whole collection? Everybody will be selling their whole collection.
Everybody who says that is usually lying because they're just mad that they didn't get something that day.
No, I know, but this might push people to legit do that.
No, this would just create a Stanley mug situation where you got moms beating each other up in the Target parking lot because they're trying to get that stupid thing. I think we need a little bit of that. I'm not saying like go super crazy, but like, or just say like mostly con exclusives and then do like 2 shared pops.
You know what
each.
I think they should do is just get back to making the right amount, because con exclusives used to sell out in a couple days. I don't
Yeah,
remember
no.
them sitting for months and months. That just tells you they way overproduce. Like a con exclusive should not sit there for 18 months.
But that's
You
what I'm
know?
saying. Like I'm
I know
offering
what
a
you're saying.
very
I think that's
sharp.
crazy, honestly. I think that's the craziest thing that's ever been said on a Thursday night PFL. Maybe not the craziest,
Well,
but
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you want to, because like all these, and I know it would be like a flipper's paradise, right? Because then all these people
oh,
would
it
be
would.
standing in line and they would be able to charge through the nose. And I know for most of us who aren't going to the con, it would be a disaster, right? Because we would then have to pay if we wanted to get a certain item. But at the same time, it creates that like the hype, the I want this. Actually, hear me out on this. If they said the only exclusives that are shared are just going to be if they did a limited amount that we're dropping on the Funko website. So you take your amount for the con and then you take like 25% of that stock and you say, hey, we're dropping it on the website. So technically everybody has a fair shot at it. There's just not that much. And then now you got everyone's flocking to the website
Yeah,
again, going
that I'm
nuts. Like
okay with.
that's what I'm saying we need. We need like something to get people to be like, I have to stop what I'm doing and buy or try to buy this item because it's going to sell out. Not I'm going to wait 6 months because it's going to be on sale.
You know, the thing I don't understand, like back in the day, like kind of like I feel like the shared exclusives, like a Hot Topic, they'd get like 12 or 24 or 18 of the pot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how do they have them on the website then for months and months after that, or GameStop?
Even at the
Like,
store, I don't know. I went to the store and they have 40 of them at one store.
that's my
You know,
point. Like, it used to not be like that, which is crazy.
Because
You
Funko
know,
got greedy. They got greedy.
oh,
overproduced.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think we all know that they definitely did. And you know, you understand it to a certain extent, but like ruining kind of their brand in the meantime. They really, you know, this was my thought of the week. This is what I was kind of thinking about. You know, where we were in 2020 was definitely in 2021 was definitely the height of the Funko hype. I think we could all agree with that. And obviously we're on the backside of that. Like, but are we lower now than we were in 2019? I think no. I think that even though
Oh
I
no.
know a lot of people are
No.
getting out and a lot of like there was such a high influx, I still think the demand is higher than we were, you know, in 2019 going into 20. I'm sorry, not going into that. I'm saying from
Pre-pandemic.
2019 before, you know, the big spike. I think the demand is higher now than it was before the big ramp up. Do you know what I'm saying? That
No,
explain
exactly.
that
And well,
clearly?
because you have more brand awareness. There's more people that know about it. So yeah, 100%. I think there's way more hype than there was before. But and on the flip side though, matching the amount of hype, you have like a proportionate amount of product out there as well. Where it was like in a perfect world, if Funko just made the same amount of product, but follow that line, but in the process, in those years, you have that giant spike of the pandemic and the boom after the pandemic, and now we're like coming down. But unfortunately, like Funko went like this,
Right.
with
Right. And we're
what
just
they
taking
produce.
off the top of the mountain. You know, another thing, like you start thinking about, like, I was kind of reflecting on where we were when it was a little bit more exciting to, you know, to pick up, you know, exactly the discussion we're having about Tails tonight. Would any of us have hesitated for a moment? Would I 100% would not have hesitated for a moment to pick up Tails. And now I'm sitting back. Do I want to? Should I wait? You know, I'm kind of getting tired of paying full price for like a 2-pack for $30. And then like that R2D2 2-pack that we just saw on GameStop. It's half off basically. Like, and I've had that and I enjoy
But
it.
the celebration one,
The celebration one, and that's
that one
still
was
available, which is
so
another.
So bad. That was a tragedy in itself.
It was a strategy, but you know what I'm saying? When you keep on seeing that over and over, and you're like, man, I paid full price for this, and I could have got it for half, and I paid full price for this, and I could have got it for 70% off. Paid full price, and I could have got it for 30% off. It does wear on you mentally a little bit. I definitely have not bought as much new stuff over the last. If you guys pay attention to the channel at all, most of it is like a lot of not newer stuff. Even though there are items that really get me excited. It's like it's harder to pull the trigger on stuff like that, knowing that most likely, you're going to be able to get a better deal than, when they come out. And there's not that scarcity. I want to miss out on a couple of these things.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I think they need to make some sort of adjustment. And there's a couple great comments here that I want to address really quick. So Alex brings up a fantastic point. And this is actually in regards to one of your videos, Vince. You guys just pulled this. Sorry, spoiler alert. The Freddy fishing pop, where there's a slight difference between the physical pops, not just the stickers. There's a clear variant between the two pops, which is fantastic. And that's something they need to do more of. And that's the thing too, like, and I guess that's the root of the concern and where I want to see the change. If you're going to make a con pop, like make the con pop glow and make the regular version the shared. So there is a distinct difference. Like don't put the same pop in Hot Topic on July 16th. That's the same exact pop that you can get standing in line for 6 hours at San Diego Comic-Con halfway across the country. The only difference is a sticker that's going to make people want to throw down an extra $80 that night. They need to do more of that. Like even if it's a slight difference, because obviously it costs money to make different variants, but make it metallic, make it flocked, and make it have brown pants instead of yellow pants or whatever the difference was. Orange. You don't want to have brown pants.
No, and that's the thing. Like they built this business up to where it was. They had to be making money by producing less at one point, and it doesn't sound like they have like this way bigger workforce that they've, maybe they have. I don't know the amount of layoffs, and it feels like they're doing this with so much less of that. You know what I mean? I feel like they can get back to making money and still making these a collectible and start steering away from, from the mass produced, overproduced, toys that they became. They kind of got away from, and I think they would admit that as well.
Well, they're hiring again, which is good. I feel like that's a good sign. They're hiring social media and market team managers, which
they need
like a great sign. Chris, Pop Analyst, has a great point. The lack of reveals at London Toy Fair speaks volumes on their direction. I also noticed that. What did you guys think of that?
Yeah, what did we get? The Biddy Pop displays, and
they didn't get much. I mean, and I think
what else
maybe
was there?
I mean, I don't know what else they showed there because they had to show more stuff there. They had a booth. You can't just have Biddy Pop displays.
No, I know, but I'm actually kind of excited. And I know this probably sounds like so bizarre. I'm actually kind of excited that there wasn't a lot of reveals.
That means there's not a lot of new product.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's completely okay. Like it's the first time I've ever felt as like a content creator, as a collector, as just somebody who's a Funko fanatic. Like I'm actually glad there was only a few things to show off and not just slide after slide after slide after slide.
But where were the soda minis?
Oh yeah, I'm actually okay if they don't do those because we're actually
those might be gone. Those might be falling off the pipeline.
They figured kids would swallow them
and to everybody here, because I'm sure Vince, I know you've been getting those comments. Josh, I'm sure you're seeing it in the comment section of your videos too. People have been messaging us every single day. Vince has said it multiple times, guys. This is not going to happen overnight. A lot of people I did the soda video where I was kind of recapping like everything that we covered here on PFO that I dropped this past Monday. And a lot of people commented in the comment section. They were just like, what happened to Funko, like cutting back and slashing production and becoming like a smaller, collectible company again? I'm like, it takes time. It doesn't just happen in 2 weeks.
Well, and it's, I mean, a great example of something that started with that is this Goliath toy Funko games partnership kind of move over. That's taking one thing off of Funko's plate, keeping the licensing and stuff like that they're good at, and kind of just giving it to another brand to deal with the next steps of developing games or getting stuff out there and things like that. So I think, that kind of stuff is the kind of things we want to see. And that's probably why we didn't see a lot at like Toy Fair too, because they didn't have a new game to show, because Toy Fair is getting retailers to buy into new things that are coming a lot of times. Something
Yeah,
different.
it's not
carry.
releasing the latest, pop. If it's going to be a pop, it would have had to be a different line. And yeah, I mean, obviously, don't go into, I think that's where they're starting to pull some of that stuff back. I think we'll see a lot of, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any more pop pins announced. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any more golds announced. Like, I think some of that stuff is going to fall off. Fall off. And we've already seen the reduction in the soda, which we agreed with. I think we all are in agreement as far as that goes. We're okay with that if it goes down to, maybe 30, 40 releases in the year.
Right.
Because the
Now,
pops, even remember the Funko Shop drops, like you'd always look forward to like a Wednesday or a Friday or, as they kind of shifted the days around a little bit. But now it feels like there's a drop every single day. It's
right.
kind of taken that excitement out of a Funko Shop drop.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm excited for the stuff that they did reveal because I think that there is somebody out there who works for Funko who used a lot of creativity in this idea. Now, I know it's not for everybody because not everybody collects the Bitty Pops. And the number one comment that I saw was that people would like some sort of display like this for their larger pops. I kind of disagree. But what do you?
Yeah, larger pops I want.
I've seen people make those though. I've seen them at shows.
Yeah,
people hand make those and do stuff with them.
Actually, I've seen people do the Batman logo, and I've
Yeah.
seen people do the Death Star before. Actually,
No,
now that we're saying
I have
this,
too. I just don't think people understand that. Like, I don't know what these are going to retail for. Like, what, $19.99 or $29.99?
I will
Did
say,
they-
I would
I
say-
also like
Did they
the
say?
glam shots look good. I don't like this shot right here. Look, you don't even see it. Like the Death Star, you don't even see the Death Star because there's so many on there. Like the
Right.
glam shot, they kept a few only on there and stuff like that. Batman looks all right, I guess. Hogwarts Castle, you can't even see the castle behind him. So I think, if you're just going to stack too many up, it's going to be really hard to see any detail of the display. Like, why have the display?
Right. But I think the price would be so astronomical for a larger one that
yeah, and I don't think enough people would be interested in that.
I don't think it would be a product. It would have to be $100
Shipping
like
it.
to do like a giant bat, and also like where are you gonna put it? Like like I've seen people do the wall mounts, the custom wall mounts that I think you guys are talking about. Probably the same thing
Yes.
we've all seen, and they're gorgeous. But like the Death Star one that I like have in my mind that I saw years ago, it takes up the whole wall.
Yeah.
Like so, if you have one whole wall to designate as okay, this is my Death Star Wars display. It won't hold all your Star Wars pops. It will hold 20 of them or however many. Like I don't know about you guys. I don't have a wall that I can just give up for 20.
I used to, but yeah, no, I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Walls left.
Quality rather than quantity. That's definitely what we all want. But I think this works out perfectly for the Bitty Pops for a couple reasons. It's going to be a lot cheaper. The Bitty Pops, if they fall, I don't even like lose a bit of sleep, or I don't even like lose a heartbeat. You know why? Because like the Bitty Pops are durable. If I knocked over,
they're durable. I've dropped them many times.
Yeah, if my entire Batman animated series collection was on a Batman display stand like this and I knocked it over or bumped into it, game over.
I will say also, with this is the market they're going after with the new style they're selling them in too, with the singles, selling them as the little singles, so it kind of fits more of that style too. And we're gonna see those everywhere. Those are like mini brand, everything else, the little capsules of whatever. Those are things that you can have at any storefront, sitting on a shelf, one little box. That's all you have to take room for. You don't have to have, or you could have 5 of them right at the front of your store and people just grabbing the single things. You don't have to have a stack of 80 pops, trying to sell them. So I think for retail, especially retail, we're talking like, anything from Target to 7-Eleven to whatever else, they can put them on their shelves, and little kids will grab them, adults will grab them, everything.
Oh, it's perfect. It's like a perfect like right at the checkout. Like you grab a Snickers and a little blind bag. It's perfect. And I'm actually okay with Funko doing this product because I think it's going to bring in a lot of people. It's going to bring in a lot of different crowds to the collecting community because they're going to, exactly what you said, Josh, they're going to grab one, they're going to rip it. They're like, oh, this is cool. And another thing that Funko is doing, I know they're doing it with the Batman one. I don't know if they're doing it with the Death Star and the Harry Potter, but there's 2 exclusive figures that you can only get with the Batman display. That right there is genius. Whoever decided to do that, genius.
Yeah, I would have liked that. The only thing I wish they kind of would have done these a little bit different. They should have done it like the Durables, the Shopkins, all those little things, because we collected all that stuff because the kids were at the perfect age when this stuff became popular. And they should have done, where you had the ultra rare, the mega whatever, and you know what I'm saying? There should have been some different levels, and they should have mixed them all up. Doing them in the sets the way that they sold them, it kind of, I think it limited on their part, honestly. And it kind of takes some of the fun out of it. It would have been more fun to try to chase after those, few that were rare. It would have put it would have been a little bit more exciting than just buying a box. You know what the 3 are, and you have 1 in 4 chance of that 4th one. They should have probably done it a little bit different, or in my opinion. I mean,
of course. Oh, Brandon, no, I do remember that. Thank you. The Vader and the Emperor are exclusive to the Death Star. Thank you so much for.
Oh yeah, the electrified one.
Here's a great question. So Bosco Pop said, if Funko were to die or go out of business, what do you think that would do to collection values? Well, that's a question that we've feel like answered a few times here on the streams and everything. I think Vince has the best answer.
I do.
Oh, no, I mean, remember how you were saying, like, if Funko died, like, today,
no,
like,
yeah,
he would still go on for several years. It wouldn't just, like, come to a grinding halt.
No, for sure. I mean, guys, listen, figure it this way. There's a Honus Wagner baseball card that's worth, like, $1 million. That business is not in business anymore. And there's other card companies that don't exist anymore, but there's still value to it. As long as people find value in this collectible. Now, the only thing that you hurt, it's probably a little bit harder to bring in newer collectors because you're not seeing them at the store one day, buying one like I did at a Walgreens, and then now I got 1,500 of these things. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a little harder to maybe build a collectible, whatever that way. But, I don't think even if they went out of business tomorrow, it doesn't just lose all their value. If values came down, and John, you've said this before too, would I pick some other stuff up? I would. So let me just real quick, I'll go on a quick little tangent.
Yeah, go for it.
One thing that I remember, I have a regret that I didn't pick up the Freddy Funko as Ant-Man. I had like multiple chances, but this was like back in late 2019, I think, or early 2020. And I could have got it for like, I don't know, 175, $200, and I just never pulled the trigger. That thing went up to like $800, and I was never going to be able to touch that again. I've seen a couple people now selling that for around 500, 400. You're starting to get those prices. Another year from now, even if it keeps declining, is it going to get back to 200? Even if it got back to 200, it's not like $200 for something like that. I feel like this is going to be here for the long haul regardless. I mean, eventually pop culture and, us older people that I think drive some of the pop culture. I think there are younger generation that kind of pick up on that, and they're going to have their own new thing. So if Funko went out of business, I think it hurts the longevity, obviously, because you're not bringing in new products that's going to bring in younger collectors to keep this all rolling. But I don't think values go to zero tomorrow. I think people will still find, if they enjoy it now, why would they not enjoy it tomorrow just because the company producing it's not around?
Well, I think that's a great point too about the future generations. But at the same time, I would even argue that some of the younger generations are even more in tune to pop culture. And like, for instance, like great example, Do you think Star Wars, I'm just using Star Wars as an example, with the crazy following it has and the constant, output of new content, do you think at some point in the foreseeable future, like next 20 to 100 years, do you think Star Wars is just all of a sudden like no one's going to care about it? There could be a
No,
sharp decline, but I think it's a strong enough franchise that I don't ever think like it's going to lose everyone,
and I mean, look at it this way: if they went out of business tomorrow, we still have 3 Jar Jar Binks. 3. There's
Yeah, thank
plenty to
God.
go around. Like you can
God,
be
yeah.
like there's so many of all these characters at this point. Like if they didn't put out more, you could have years of collectability on just what's already been put out there.
It's funny you bring that up, Jason. That was the next slide that I was going to bring up to ask everybody. But I guess my closing thoughts really quick before we move on to NFTs. I think pop culture just kind of evolves, and the characters that we all know and love like evolve as well, and they just kind of take turns being in the spotlight. But we still have a love for the IPs, and that's why I use Star Wars as like a great example. Like within Star Wars, I feel like different generations relate and love different areas of Star Wars more than others. But at the end of the day, we can all sit down and go, I love Star Wars. I might not love the sequel trilogy, or I might not be the biggest Rey fan, but I'm diehard for Captain Rex and Boba Fett all day, So, but I still love that IP. And I think it's the same thing. I think you can find those people with Marvel. I think Batman within the DC universe is another great example. Like, I don't think Batman is ever not going to be cool. I think people are always going to find something that they can relate to and see in Batman's story, whether it's through the comics or through the movies or through collectibles or whatever it may be. Same thing you could be said for Harry Potter and Star Trek and, all these animes that are beloved right now. So I think pop culture just evolves and it just expands as people write more about it and develop new stories and new character arcs within the IPs and the universes. So, but Harry Potter NFTs, did you guys buy any?
I did.
Okay. Josh?
I did not. I passed on this one. We've pretty much gotten rid of all our Harry Potter stuff that we had, like Harry Potter Pops. We've sold, I think, almost all of it. So I passed on Harry Potter.
The decline, I mean, honestly, the decline, I think the biggest decline in the NFTs is that people can't flip them for hundreds anymore. You know what I mean? Like now they're starting to kind of hit some more realistic values, especially, and I think it really has to do with the IP that's being released. Because if you go Harry Potter, like people are, listen, you could go negative train all day long and say they didn't sell out another thing. On this one in particular, they made way too many packs. I think that they know they made too many packs. Personally, I think they're just trying to grab every last dollar that they can. So they're overproducing even on the packs because really it doesn't hurt anything. And like I've said this multiple times before, if the only thing it hurts is perception, because this did not sell out. They burned whatever it was, 30% of the packs or something. I'm giving a roundabout number. They still sold, and I should have done the research on this. They still sold more packs in this drop than probably, I bet you they put it in the top 5, 6, 7 releases or amount of packs that they've ever sold is what I would guess, because there were so many of these packs. So even though, and I agree, I think it is on the decline. I think just like everything Funko across the board, I think is kind of on the decline. One, it's expensive to get into. At $30 or even $10 for 5 cards, that's kind of expensive. It's the cost is not to be sneezed at. Economy is not that great. So are you going to, if you were going to dip your toes into something Funko related, are you going to do it with probably the most expensive gateway into it? I think not. So you already have to be a Funko collector, I think, to do NFTs. And then you also got to get over the barrier of the NFTs. Like that's just super confusing to people. So I think that the decline is like twofold. I think one, it's just a decline in Funko's popularity in general. Two, the flippers can't flip these for what they could before. So you're not getting those people buying up all the packs and then just reselling them for a profit the minute that that the sale ends. And the people are still confused by it. I think that Drop is trying to do a good job, and let's put it at a minimum, they're making an effort. I seen a post that they put out today that kind of explained the process. Like, I can't believe that it's taken almost 2 years for Drop to like put a post out like that, but it has. And I don't feel like they get back by Funko enough. And Funko, as far as even the NFTs or anything, I don't think the social media is great on really anything right now. And they need to do a better job of being able to explain all this stuff, in my opinion.
I think the problem too is like there's still a lot of confusion from what I see in the community. Like I see
For sure there is.
new people getting into it, and they think that if I buy a pack, I'm gonna get these pops. I know that sounds probably crazy to a lot of very experienced people in here, especially you guys with the NFTs and everything. But there are people, they think that they think, oh, okay, cool, because that's typically how consumerism works with everything else, right? A company posts a product for sale, you buy it, you get the product. But this is not, it's a non-fungible token. It's a virtual item, but some of them you can redeem later on down the road. And the reason I just wanted to highlight, who just dropped it? Gator just dropped this great comment. I just want the Freddy Death Eater from this drop. I'll wait until later to get it. I think that has also hurt the waiting game. Not necessarily.
The waiting is huge. I think that's a huge problem.
Like, people are impatient. They need, you want to buy something and you want to get it. And I think the fact that and I've advised, I don't know how many hundreds of people to wait, because the prices for the most part typically go down fairly quickly once they start arriving at people's hands, because like you mentioned, Vince, I think a lot of people still buy these, not necessarily to flip right away because there's not as much profit now, but they're still buying them so that, if they're one of the first people to get them in hand, you can sell them for a pretty good profit. And that's why you'll see the value decline a lot in the first 3 months when it's on the market. And then it kind of levels out to what it should be worth. But I think the waiting game, I don't know. Kind of like Jason just said, it kind of legalized gambling in a way. I think ultimately it's like buying a mystery box, but like most of the mystery boxes are empty. And I think that's
though, it's a lot different than that. Let me tell you why I think it's a lot different than that. If you go buy a pack of baseball cards, okay, what are you buying them for? Are you buying them for the cards, or are you buying them to get the autographed, Shohei Ohtani? You know what I'm saying? I can't believe that was the name that I pulled out for my baseball knowledge, but do you know what I'm saying? Is that legalized gambling because you open up baseball cards? You could say yes, it is, and that's fine. If you want to say yes, it is, it's fine with that. But really, it's the same thing. You're trying to get these hits. If you're only interested in just the physical pops, you're 100% gambling, and it is like a mystery box. And you can say anything that you buy without knowing exactly what you're going to get is gambling. So buying a pack of cards, you're gambling, and you are. I mean, you technically are. I think buying these, you're gambling, because you can buy a $30 pack and literally be able to sell that entire pack, which happened to me. I only opened 2. I got a couple other packs I'll sell. I'll get all my money back. I mean, what they're selling the packs for now will probably end up making about $30. And it's not really. I like to open a couple packs if we're not huge into the collecting, because I like the gamble of it. I enjoy getting the redeemables. I don't mind being patient and having the stuff come in. There's several that I like that I might not collect a lot from that line, but I don't know. I think it's all of those reasons. I think that they've gotten bad publicity with their shipping, even though, like my wife says it when we open them as well. Like, she'll talk about the damage. We have got so many of these pops in. We have got one order that came in damaged. Other than that, like we've probably opened, I don't know, 30. I bet you we had 30 redeemables at this point, and I think 3 of them have been damaged. Now, I think their customer service could probably use some figuring out. They should have some replacements. I like that they announced that they're going to give the option. I think you mentioned it too, Jen, in one of your posts. I seen it somewhere that it should come standard with the soft protector, and you should be able to upgrade for a hard sec. I don't disagree with that. They have to. This is a premium product that you're paying a lot of money for. They got to do the utmost care to make sure these are getting to people's hands, because one, they're battling that NFT stigma, and to give any opening for people to throw that negativity in there, man, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it left and right. So
I don't think it's that hard. Like I really don't think it's that hard for any major part of Funko or any major company for any given reason to not include a soft protector. Like they're
I
just
agree.
so cheap, and
I
it
agree.
They're
takes
packing them
2
separate
seconds.
too. Like
Yeah.
already, like it's not like they're sending cases of like sealed things out. They're already having to say, "Oh, I need to grab 2 Harry Potters. I need to grab one of this, one of that, and put them in this guy's box."
If they
to
figured
send
this
them.
out for the artist series, how, like, I understand. Listen, we're oversimplifying it because I am sure that the way that these are produced, they're in certain factories that are able to do this and do that. We're way oversimplifying. Like, it's not as easy as just snapping your finger and putting these all in protectors. But like, they got to figure this out. Like, this is super important. They got to figure it out. And not saying it's going to be easy, but it should have happened already. Just because it just gives you that confidence that you're going to wait a year and you're going to get the stuff the way that you should get it, and it should be, pristine. It's a collectible. It's not a toy. It's a collectible that you're paying a lot of money for, and it should come to you, without having to worry if you're going to get it in your hands damaged or not.
But I think that's probably where they lost some people because
For sure.
Dan just made a great comment. He said, "I'm an inbox collector, so I like to be able to see the box before I buy it." And
I get
in this
that.
case, you technically don't see the box before you buy it. You're just going off the fact is I'm getting the first edition, or I'm getting this pop and I'm the first owner. So this pop is coming straight from the factory. It should be, there's no reason why it shouldn't be perfectly mint in a well-packaged box in a protector, ready to go for my collection. I'm the first owner. So like I think people, they have short memories, and once they're burned, they just move on. So if they get one damaged pop, they're not going back in for another.
Yeah. Oh, I think a lot of people are that way. Right. It's your money. You're allowed to choose what you want to do with it. I don't blame anybody for, like, I'm okay. Like, I guess I'm fairly understanding, at the same time, like, if, and I never even reached out. I'll be honest with you. The stuff that came in that we got damaged were the Looney Tunes pops. And that was like a huge one for us that we were keeping. We got 3 of them, I think, were damaged. I never even reached out to try to get replacements. So is that, I'm not saying that's good on me. I'm an inbox collector too, but it's not only about value. Really, I don't plan on reselling those, even though you should expect them. You should, and I've said it here now. You should expect them, and you should get them delivered the way that they should be.
Well, and I mean, and I would say that's bad on you. I mean, if I was you,
Yeah, I
because
agree. Now that I'm saying that, I didn't think about it until just now. I don't think I ever reached out to them.
Yeah, I would reach out because I my amazing wife Joanna, one of the things that she does incredibly well is her attention to detail, and that's huge aspect as to why our channel is doing well, and we're so lucky to have our community and everything. But just to show you guys the attention to detail, and I think little things are magnified. So for this quick example, like she made I want to say a Target order for food, like for groceries, and they delivered a package of ham, a little cold cuts pack or whatever, and it's expired. So, and this thing is like $4, right? And I was watching her, and she's going through $6.59. Excuse me, $6.59 for the little pack of ham, right? And immediately she grabs her phone and she's like, boom, I want a refund. And we actually have to bring the item back to the store. But I was just sitting there when I'm watching her, and it is in her right. Like, we were brought an item that
expired
was
ham.
expired.
I mean,
like, we can't, we shouldn't consume that. It could be hazardous to our health. And the person shopping did not do their due diligence. They did not check the package. And I was just sitting there thinking, and I was just like, this is just for a $6 pack of ham. When we're talking about like people's collectibles, like things that people are looking forward to for months, that they might have spent hundreds of dollars on. And I was really upset because some of our Flintstones NFTs came in damaged, and it was like, why aren't these pristine? Like, the amount of time that we have to wait and everything. So I do applaud Drop to an extent, and I think Riley just said it. He's cautiously optimistic for the future with the pop protector option. Did they say if are they charging you for that pop protector? Like,
I don't
Is
know if
that
they.
the
I don't know if
option?
they said that yet.
I'm sure that it will be a charge. I'm
Yeah, I
sure.
know.
I
Where
would
I just
think so
think that's
too.
kind of asinine. Like, I think it should just be included. Like,
Yeah.
I
And
just
don't
think
do
it's
what they do at Walmart. Like you have to buy the protector, and then they don't even put the pop in the protector.
yeah, yeah.
Like they were selling the hard stacks with the pops for a while, and then they wouldn't even put the pop in the hard stack. So what was the point?
No.
Yeah. But that was just like my little example because you know what? At the end of the day, we all work really hard for our money. And if you get a $6 item or a $600 item and it's not up to your satisfaction or it's not delivered as promised, then you have every right to email or text or get that person
Oh
on
yeah,
the
you
phone
definitely
and
do.
get the situation corrected. So and Gator brings up a good point too. On Whatnot, he got a Freddy Sleestack, Freddy Riddler, and Parallax for cheap. There's a lot of really good deals on the aftermarket for NFTs. So if you're patient, patience will pay off in the NFT
There's
world. If
good
you don't want
deals in the NFTs that that's the thing. I mean, it falls on the back of the people that are opening the packs to us degenerates that are opening all the packs up. The only thing, the only thing that is going to end up happening as we move further along is there'll be less packs sold or there's going to be lower runs and it's going to be harder to get these on the secondary market. There's still going to be that flipping mentality. I think there are people that'll it's just not good business sense if you were trying to flip them like it used to be. You used to, I think, be able to make some money, and I think that's why they sold out of packs. Now you're getting more collectors having to buy the packs, and I think that's why they're not selling them out as well as
yeah.
all the other things that we said.
And Kelsey brings up a great point. They said because it makes the physicals even more limited, and that's true. The less
Yeah.
people that buy them, the physical pops when they do eventually come out are going to be more limited, which is good for the longevity of collectibles, but bad for the longevity of the NFT game. If that makes sense.
I think later down the road, I don't know what you guys think, but I think later down the road, a lot of these will go up more in value, and there's going to be sparse. There's going to be different ones, but I think some of them where you're talking about like 1,000 piece to maybe 2,000 piece ranges are gonna have some pretty decent value later down the road, as we've
Yeah.
seen with a lot of pops that takes a few years. Like, I mean, we've talked about the Stranger Things Freddy's, right? Stranger Things Freddy's. You could get a decent deal a few years ago. Go look at them now. Like, you're
Yeah.
not gonna find one for almost 450 or something like that, right? It's the same kind of idea. Is some of these will, some of these won't, and that's any collectible. But I think the nice thing about these ones is for this time period at least, they're one of the few things that are also limited in number. So
Right.
down the road, that's going to be people are going to have them in the hands. They're either not going to want to sell them finally. Like right now, you have people getting in a bunch, right? Like I got in a bunch. I did a video today. We got in a bunch. We got more than that. Some of them we had doubles of. We just didn't show in a video, that type of thing. But that kind of idea is you might have a bunch that down the road they're going to be there.
Yeah, Randy's out there getting deals. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, Koba brings up a good point. Yeah, the hard stacks from Funko apparently will damage your pop from the bottom. I have not physically experienced that, but I have heard a lot of people say that, unfortunately. Jason, I think the three of us would also agree with you. They need to spread out the drops every once a month or once every 6 weeks. I agree. I think they should spread them out. And then, all right, Aussie Pop Girl says, I heard that when you order a pop yourself and opt for the protector, it arrives separate, pop not in the protector, as long as they put the NFT in the protector, not just provide the protector.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what they do for the pop yourself pop. They put it in there, which is, in my opinion, fine as long as they package it well. Maybe sometimes people will like kind of jam the pop in the protector and they could actually damage like one of the corners if they're a little bit too rough. So I'm fine if they provide the protector, but like they would have to be like pristine packaging. Otherwise, yeah, just put that thing in the protector and call it a day. So, Gerald says, yes, the Saturday mystery box show is still on. The mystery boxes will go live tomorrow night.
I've heard a lot. So I did the Pop Yourself video a little while back because Ken and I did it. And if you want to check that out, that's a good example of how they come in and, all those kind of things. I added the protectors and everything. So if you want to see what that looks like, I did a video on it. It actually gets decent views all the time now because it continues to get views. And I get comments on it. And there's a lot of people that seem to be upset with some of what they're getting in. One, people are missing lots of options when they're going to check out, like options that I had maybe when I did the video that are gone. Maybe they're out of stock. Maybe they don't do that option anymore or whatever. Other people, I had someone that was from, I think, Canada that ordered and had to get a reshipper to ship it to them. And then the whole thing was wrong. The whole order was wrong. So then you have to pay, like have it redone and ship and pay the fees and stuff like that. So I've had to like mix reviews on the Pop Yourself. I think ours came out really good. The parts are a little loose and sometimes they'll fall off when they get them, but you just put them kind of back on and things like that. But yeah, I'm wondering how that's going for them overall, like order wise, like because I see a lot of people that aren't necessarily pop collectors getting them for people too as well. So it's a like customizable gift. So the Pop Yourself will be an interesting one.
And that's another great market, where they're bringing in new people, even if those new people only come in for the one item, like to pop themselves, and then they never get another Funko item again. It's a good way to create new foot traffic. So I applaud Funko for whoever came up with that. I mean, that was something that was in the works for years before
they've done
finally
that
were able to launch it.
Hollywood for a long time now. No,
HQ before that too.
Yeah, it's been done for several years. They just brought it to the masses, I think now.
So just wrapping up the NFT stuff here. Bosco says it's only a $30 refund. Seeing all the problems people have had with damage and the wrong pops delivered, it scared him off. The NFTs aren't for everybody. I was gonna say, Josh, I think it was you who just said it. I do think it's good that maybe it was you, Vince, we are getting limited piece pops on a regular basis. Like that was, I mean, you talk about like 2021 and 2022, how many times were people complaining about that, myself included, like we're not getting enough limited piece pops outside of like the Fun Days Freddy's and stuff. But I also think like, maybe it's okay. Like, I don't know how Drop is doing as a company, but I'm actually okay. Like if we only get like 3 or 4 NFT drops a year, because I personally would want to see regular limited
They
piece
can't
drops.
sustain the staff with that though. They have to make enough money to pay designers and whoever else. So I think you're going to have at least a drop a month, probably continue with 2 drops a month, because there's going to be hit or miss drops too. I think for them,
just like anything
else, there's going to be hit or miss. I think it's funny though, like so far we've been pretty lucky with our NFT shipment. Like I've had boxes that had some damage on the outside, but looked inside and they were good to go.
Yeah,
and
same here. I mean, that's how ours has been.
I've had maybe minor damage on some of them, so like knock on wood, our next shipment doesn't come in, crazy or anything like that. But I think, I think anyone that has problems with them is going to be the loudest ones. You're always going to hear the problem. You're not going to hear about the 1,000 other, if 5 people have damaged pops, you're not going to hear about the other 2,000 of them that got them fine, and it happens to anything. It happens to all of us with anything we have ordered before.
Yeah, and ours were definitely damaged from the mail. It's not like not like they were pack damage. I mean, the one box that we got in was smashed. Like it was smashed, and the pops weren't horrible, but that's been it for us. And like I said, we've got a lot. So a lot of people talk about the damage. I mean, I'm not saying that. Listen, exactly what you said, Jeff. Like, who's going to complain if your pops come in good? Nobody, and nobody's going to praise that. mine came in okay. You're going to hear from the people that it got damaged. And, I don't like the policy of, a $30 refund is not an appropriate, you should get a replacement, if they're damaged, it's still, there's a lot of slippery slopes when you start talking damage, because I think people take advantage of the system at times, and it makes it hard. I mean,
everybody's perception of damage is different. Some people
that's
just
what
look at
becomes difficult.
like a slightly folded corner. That's just how the factory machine, or however it gets made, where it
And
like
I hate to
folds
tell you, there's people
up.
that will say that's damage. You know what I
Right,
mean?
and it's
Like,
like
people are
it's like
expecting it to be like, so
pristine. Yeah,
it's hard as a company for them to accept responsibility, because now you got to cover from a folded thing that's wrong. And we've all seen like the production creases on the back that aren't creases, but is that damage? Do you get a replacement now for that? It's a real slippery
you
slope.
can't.
I don't think
You
it's.
can't. You can't call that damage because that's how it came from the factory.
But do you know how many people probably sit and like
Oh yeah, of course.
vehemently argue and scream, and then they'll complain that they're not getting refunded on this thing because now there's other ones I've
Yeah.
seen them, like, I mean, when I tell you they were smashed beyond belief.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
there should be no questions asked. Those need to be replaced. But then there's other things that are, so man, it's hard. And you're going to hear from all the people that have all the little minor things up to those major things. And it becomes now the perception that they all come in damage. I can only speak for myself. I know that we've opened at least 30. I think 3 of them have come in damage. So
Yeah, the Flintstones ones we got, honestly, that was the first time we ever had damage. I was upset, but I mean, looking back, out of all the ones we've gotten, they've all been in great shape.
did you guys reach out?
We did. They're sending
they do?
replacement boxes. So
Oh, they're sending you a replacement box. So it's
yeah.
not just the $30. There's actually other alternatives out
No,
there.
no, yeah. We had 2 pops get damaged, and they already sent them out. They're on the way.
See, but Jen, this is exactly my point. Do you see the perception? Like, people are scared off by this stuff because they only hear like whatever they're hearing. Like, they take it as gospel that nobody's going to help. Like,
Right.
I've reached out to like, if I had this personal experience with Funko before, where people like I was afraid to even reach out to them because I'm like, they're not going to replace it. They replaced 2 pops for me. No questions asked. Now, this was like a year and a half ago, so I can't speak recently because most of my stuff is coming pretty good recently. But
Yeah.
they replaced it, no questions asked. They didn't even make me send anything back. I mean, those are they probably don't get enough credit. And I'm not saying that they deserve like
Right.
praises, that they get you stuff that they're sending to you in good shape, because you should expect that as a consumer. But I don't also think it's just everything comes in damage. You know what I mean?
No, and
I
that's
think
my
that's
fault.
what
Like
the
I
perception becomes.
should have brought that up earlier. Like,
Yeah, because I
just
think that's an important,
my mind.
it's an important thing that they do solve things in other ways. I am sure that they, depending on who you talk to and how they, decide that they're going to mediate this situation. I'm sure there's people that are going to be upset with it, because I wouldn't be happy with that either. But you don't know all the details behind it, and I'd like to, I don't know. You got to make the decision for yourself, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Now, Funko does need to learn something about. All right, so this is, if you guys remember us.
Yeah, see, that's not good.
Some of our stuff, right? So I did get. I think I finally got this maybe a month or ago. It finally came in. All right, let me show you though. It's in a bubble mailer.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, bubble mailer's not.
Come on. Like,
See, they tried.
it looks better.
It's actually, I don't know.
It looks better than the
sides
original.
are better, but the tops are like the tops are about the same.
They almost got it right.
Almost got it right. So that's just it. I'm glad I picked this guy up. Another one of them. I just ended up buying another one before I even got this from them. But it literally took, I don't know how many months, but they could have just sent a whole pop and it would have been better off than setting in this bubble mailer thing. So hopefully they'll send them out in a bubble mailer for you, John. That's all I know.
Yeah, we'll see. Monster Pete has a question. If I buy NFT packs and if I win, do I have to pay for shipping?
No. As
US,
long as, I
no.
mean, as long as you're in the US. I think outside of the US, they charge I can't
fee.
remember what the charge is, but if
Probably.
you're in the US, it's free. And on top of that, like what a lot of people like, we redeemed 6 of the I think it was the Flintstone ones. I think there were 6. And we got them in 2 different you can break it up as many as you want. You can get them shipped to you 1
Each
at a
single.
time, 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 6 at a time, and they don't charge you for any of that. If you get 1 at a time, you want to redeem 6 different orders, they're all shipped for free. So you don't have to bundle them together either to get free shipping. So it's all completely free shipping.
This is another great point. So thank you for bringing this up. The Lost. He says, I made an order from the Black Friday Funko sale. I did not get the 3-liter I ordered, and Funko sent me a replacement. No questions asked. There you go. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, I think
there's
it's sometimes
good and
so
bad
hit or
stories.
miss sometimes too, though.
Yeah.
But you usually hear the horror story.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but I've heard a lot of people's great things. Like I've gotten replacement stickers before. I've gotten, replacement boxes before in better packaging than that. I got,
Yeah, I actually,
the
you know what,
kinda,
I bought
different things.
I remember I bought 2 Disney Pops. They're the Iron Man and the Spider-Man from Disneyland. The shop exclusive didn't come with the
Yeah.
stickers. I actually reached
got
out to
those
Funko
too.
and they sent me the stickers for them. Again, this is not.
those too.
Listen, we're just trying. I'm not trying to say that they do everything right either, though, because we've all gotten. I mean, Josh just said it as well. I don't want to make it sound like we're trying to make excuses because, really, it's what we're saying right now with what they sent a soda that they didn't send you. They should send
them in the first place.
And if a box is damaged, they're doing all the things they should be doing. So
yeah, we
I
should.
don't want to heap praises.
We're going to be praising them for like the minimum standard. We're talking about the minimum standard here. Yeah,
it's just not all negative. Is all I'm
Right.
trying to say.
So thank you. Louisa brings up a great point. So Louisa's in Australia, so she's a great international collector and everything. And she says she normally pays about $50 USD for shipping for about 2 to 3 NFTs.
Yeah,
that stinks to pay that much, but it is traveling halfway across the world. So I would say $50 is not too bad.
$50 sounds about right. I sent a
I hope
package
they
to Australia.
pack it a little better to go across the world. So,
I hope so.
that's
I hope it's not in those Loungefly boxes.
Yeah. Steven, another fellow Australian, he says the worst experience he had with NFTs is that they did not ship his Grail from the Kellogg's NFT drop. All they did was give me a $30 credit. It was a bit of a joke.
Yeah, that's absolutely not acceptable at all. I mean, that is not a way that I agree. That should not happen.
Because you can't buy that pop for $30.
No.
Yeah.
No, and you probably spent more than 30 to get the packs, or if you bought the Grail outright, and there's what bothers me even more. There's a trail you can go back. You can see exactly what you bought it for, or if you pulled it from a pack.
Right.
These are all completely traceable. It's not like you can pull some kind of shenanigans.
And if they know they didn't send that, it's one story. I could see a lot of people though abusing the system too. And
I do. Oh yeah,
you
just say I never received it.
There's both ways of that, but I think if something actually didn't send and never sent out, or you could prove it's the wrong thing sent, that type of thing, this NFT came in instead of this one. I think people have had problems with that before, like the wrong NFT have come in and stuff like that. It's just hard because I think the price point, I think the $30 credit is just like them trying to figure out what do we do. We give them enough to buy it pack, like there's no perfect solution for it because someone could have got it off of a $9 pack. What do you tell them? It was only $9 and give them $9 credit. And then someone paid $300 on Atomic Hub to buy it.
And that's what makes it hard too. Like I mean, if you could see if they spent $300 on a pop and they never got it, Do you refund them the 300? Like, you can't do that either because there's too much fraud that could happen. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
what you do as a business. It's hard. There's not this like great, it's easy to point out what's wrong. Man, figure out what the solution is. It's harder if you really are being honest and trying to figure out what the solution is. It's hard to come up with a solution that would be, you know, I understand they're a big corporation, but at the same time, they have to be able to run a business. They have employees that are earning a living from there, and you do have to respect that. And it's hard. I don't know what I wouldn't even want to think about it. I don't want to ever do NFT pops. I'm never selling NFT pops as a business. I'm never going to make pops and have to sell them.
Yeah.
Just officially saying that.
So Bosco Pop says all of his Funko Shop orders have always come in sorters, no damage, except for the ones he got in the box of fun, which was disappointing. And I think
that was.
For 2024, they really need to step up their box of fun game, because that is without a doubt like the most hyped, most anticipated drop. And it should be showcasing like Funko's, pristine products, getting packed and shipped well. Like that should be the Super Bowl. I mean, it is, for all intents and purposes, San Diego Comic-Con with Fun Days is Funko's Super Bowl. That's when hype is usually at its peak,
That stuff was good. That stuff for the most part came in good. I'll be honest, the most disappointed I've ever been with something that I bought was probably the Halloween stuff. The way they packed the sodas with those pops, like every single one of our things was damaged. That was the most disappointed I ever was for the amount of money that we spent on those.
Piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
Like a little,
or do what they did with Fun on the Run. I understand it. That's where I understand that it's good. If you're making this like premium Freddy drop twice a year, like you got to really put something special behind it. That's where you're trying to grab all these people's attention and their dollars. Like they're asking a lot of money for those boxes, and that was probably the most disappointed I've been in something that I've received that. Yeah. Across the board, it was hard to find, it was like a 50-50 shot. Maybe it was 70-30, that 70% of the stuff was damaged and 30% was not. It was bad.
Hey, maybe it's a good thing they're cutting back on sodas. No more sodas in Fun Days boxes, because that was the root of the problem.
It was the root of the problem this year.
Or how about this? You sell 2 different Fun Days boxes.
I think that's what they should do.
Classic pop one, and then you do a super limited, like 1,000-piece 3 soda Fun Day box for your hardcore soda fans. It sells out. It creates hype. You got to figure out, am I going after the pop box and the soda box? Soda box just sold out. Like,
and not 3 more Spirit Freddies.
And not 3 more Spirit Freddies. Give us 3 good sodas with chases.
I'll buy it.
A separate box. It'll sell. Keep it super, super, affordable, reasonably priced. Make it $50. It'll sell. Last question from Koba on NFTs. How much do you guys think they're going to charge for the protectors when they implement the option to buy?
I hope they charge $1.
I mean,
I think the pop yourself was $8.
$8?
I think.
For a soft protector?
No, it's for a hard stack.
Hard protector.
Oh, for a hard stack?
Yeah, hard stack.
Yeah, $8.
We can't speculate, obviously, because we don't work for Drop. But if it's any more than $1 or $2, they're doing something wrong. So
$8, and don't charge any additional for shipping. So that covers also a little more that would cost them for shipping for weight, in addition to it. So I think anywhere from $5 to $8 is what you're gonna see.
Yeah, Bosco, Kev's Pop and Collectibles. Thank you so much for that. It was a really fun video today. Last question from Linda. Didn't I hear you guys say they are burning or trashing NFTs? If so, then why can't they replace damaged ones? So I think, are you asking about they burn the packs?
I think what she might be saying, let's take the Mickey run, for example. They burned about 50% of the packs. So let's say the mini grail, there was 999. I mean, do they put in an order for 999, even though there's only going to be about 450, maybe 500 redeemed? I don't know how they do that. I mean, I'm sure they account for a percentage over, You know what I'm saying? Like if they know that there's going to be 500 redeemed, do they order 600? Do they order 550?
Right.
They should have some for replacements, and then, you know, but do they? I don't know how. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I knew how they handled that.
Yeah. Yeah, why couldn't they put a sorter like the Fun on the Run boxes? Yeah, they did a great job with Fun on the Run. I
They
actually
did.
would not be upset. I hope they do Fun on the Run again. I think that was a great event. Just lower the box count and maybe make the boxes
And
a
do
little
it
bit
in the
more
spring.
exciting. Yeah,
Do it
and
in
do
the
it in the
spring,
spring. Yeah,
not
don't hit us
leading up
in
to
the
FTCC.
don't hit us in the heart of poor season
Yeah.
for Funko drops.
So I just checked the Pop Yourself. It's $8 to add on, and they do put it inside the pop protector. By the way,
Okay.
I remember that from the ones we got. But also, on there it says in a pop protector.
And yeah, Randy is 100% correct. The sodas itself wasn't the problem. It was the box was not designed to have a compartment for the sodas. And that's incredibly, true. The Fun Days box did have that
Was.
front portion of the
Yeah.
box
Yeah.
was for the sodas, and that was good. So they were separate. I just think that overall, a majority of the boxes where they've packed sodas and pops haven't turned out well because the boxes weren't designed for that. So if it's too expensive to design a box like that, then just do separate boxes. Like just keep it,
Make a
keep it
little
cheap.
cardboard insert that goes around the soda. That's all.
Yeah.
It costs you 20 cents, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, Vince, you're onto something. If they started Fun on the Run earlier, they could hit more places around the country. And most of
Yeah,
those people were
springtime.
volunteers. I'm not saying like abuse the volunteers, but I'm just saying, if there was enough people that could like switch shifts and take different parts of the journey with the bus and everything. I mean, I would volunteer,
I would volunteer.
Yeah, like stop at more cities. Like they kind of cut out like a majority of the country. Like go get the hype train for Funko, in more places. Have more fanatics come out and sharing the love and meet Mike Becker and hang out with Tristan and all the other fun stuff that came with last year's Fun on the Run. Yeah, they won't come to the East Coast. They should come to the East Coast. That's the part of the country
East Coast only.
they just kind of
Start
avoided.
from the very
Start
north
in Maine and go all the way to Florida.
and go to Key West, like all the way down.
Different box for each city. Aaron, that would be insane. Like 500 boxes for each city of something different. That would be crazy. Even if
Or
there was
people
like
would
one
follow
box.
around then. Like,
Oh yeah, people would be following the bus like they were this past year. But if you guys are okay with it, I think it's a good time to go around the horn. I actually have to get up in a few hours for a very early day of work. So Josh, you want to let everybody know what's going on in your world?
yeah. So we did have a NFT opening, a redeemable opening today. I think.
Fancy that. Josh, it was like we figured this all out ahead of time.
I know. So it's perfect for this. You'll see how we did, and you'll see if we had any damage or not. You can check that out and see. But really, it was fun opening those. I think they did a great job on those ones that we opened. Lineup was really good. Looking forward to a next week, of course, with a bunch of stuff. We have some sodas to open and some other good mystery boxes to open that we got in. And then, of course, February 9th, you have that on your calendar yet. February 9th is scholarship auction. If you're looking to send anything in, really the deadline is coming up as the 2nd. So if you're looking at send anything and it comes after that, it's okay. We can still try to get it, get it in. And that we're just trying to get everything together to see what we all have by the 2nd to give us that weekend to kind of prep it for the next Friday. So go bookmark that on Whatnot. Even if you can't go, can't attend, we might have some like buy it now stuff in there too for people that can't be there on that Friday night and just want to support and have some fun. So do that and check that out. And then next week I should be hitting at least the day of MegaCon as well too. So that could be.
I can't believe MegaCon's here already. That's crazy.
I know. It's February next week.
Crazy.
All right, nice. What you got, Vince?
What do we got? What do we have? I'm trying.
Always,
I was
always
when Josh was
mystery.
talking, I'm like, man, I gotta hit them with something really like amazing. But I don't have anything amazing, quite honestly, unfortunately. So we've got a couple videos for next week that we have not filmed yet. So we're gonna do that. Hopefully we do as amazing as John has been doing. So you guys go make sure you're watching John's videos.
Yeah.
Watch ours if you want. I can't guarantee we're gonna pull anything fantastic, but it'll be fun. So are we doing it this Hunt, thanks for chiming in. This Sunday?
Just in.
Son of a gun, you think you could have told me that before I came down here. I
Yeah.
totally forgot. Is that this Sunday? Family Live this Sunday. You know what? I knew I had something amazing this weekend. Family Live on Sunday.
go.
Probably 8:00. Does that sound good, hon? 8:00?
Trivia.
Yeah, so Family Live on Sunday. Wow. Yeah. And then we got a Whatnot mystery box on Tuesday. So guys,
It's on
join
the
us out there then. It's on the calendar, she said. Oh, is it? Hold on. Give me
Hopefully
1 second,
Vince will
and
be
then I'll
there.
let John go to sleep. Oh crap! Yeah, it's on it is on my calendar.
Nice.
We do have a Family Live this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will have a blast. Join us there. It'll be amazing.
There you go.
That's it.
Holly would like a tour of Bree's Loungefly collection. There you go. There it is.
There you go, Holly.
Enjoy.
Don't say I never did anything for anyone.
There you go. Well, it's going to be a busy weekend for us, so I apologize for cutting tonight a little bit short, but we will definitely be making up for it this weekend because before you get to enjoy the Pop and Duos live stream on Sunday, we will be doing our 30K celebration Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, right back here on our channel. We got a bunch of giveaways, and we'll be opening up our big mystery box drop, the first drop of 2024 live, and looking forward to see who's going to be pulling that $2,200 Glow Chase 1,000-piece Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man. Those boxes will be dropping tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern on our brand new website. The website is live right now. If you're curious and you want to go see what it looks like, it's very basic, nothing fancy or schmancy about it, but it's very easy to remember, slapshotpops.com. Joanna has been hard at work all week, making sure that the website's payment is set up and shipping is, all good to go and everything. The only thing that I unfortunately have to report is if you're international, you won't be able to buy from the website for right now, just because international shipping is another mammoth of a beast. So we have figured out U.S. shipping, including Hawaii and Alaska. So all 50 states are included, but unfortunately, we won't have international shipping set up on the website. But there's also going to be some other goodies dropping tomorrow night, and then some other stuff that will be going live during Saturday night's live stream. So be on the lookout for that. We dropped a video today. Go check it out if you got some time. It was definitely a very fun one. But you guys are the best. Great viewership tonight. So thank you so much for everybody tuning in. A lot of stuff happening in the Funko community. And as always, I'm looking forward to seeing what next week brings. It's always a roller coaster. So you guys got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll see everybody either here on our channel or Vince's live stream or Josh's upcoming auctions and everything that he's going on very soon. Lots of great content to check out. So with that being said, don't stop shooting until you score, and have a fantastic weekend.
Night, everyone.
Hey, everyone.